Well, the Feel Good continues here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because for the second year running, the global advocacy and change-making organization Global Citizen is honoring those who are making extraordinary efforts for the world's most vulnerable. Now, the category of country hero is presented in 6 countries, one of them being South Africa. And this morning, we are proud to introduce the agency receiving this award. Now, joining us now via video call to celebrate this achievement is Director of the WISE Collective, Onika Makwakwa, and the Regional Director for Global Citizen, Chibet Chikumbu. Good morning, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
Well, now, Chibet, I've got to ask you first, choosing the recipients of these honors must be no easy feat at all. So how have the winners come across the categories, and how have they been selected as well?
So awardees are chosen in 2 ways. One is through a judging committee, and this applied for a couple of our award categories, specifically the Global Citizen of the Year, World Leader, Artist of the Year, Business Leader of the Year, the Country Hero, and our Cisco Youth Leadership Awards, which were voted on by a committee of relevant judges based on criteria-based evaluations created by an independent group of researchers. The Cisco Youth Leadership Award allocates 1 judging seat to a public vote. And then the second means by which awardees were chosen was through global citizens themselves. So this applied for prizes for culture and education, activism and philanthropy, and they were selected by Global Citizen and a team of advisors. And we're very excited to be joined by Onika from the WISE Collective, because we are really here to celebrate leaders like the WISE Collective who are taking action and who are leading with compassion, with care, with innovation, and a dedication to uplift the world's most vulnerable people, particularly in the issue area of achieving gender equality and gender empowerment that WISE Collective are championing. So that's very exciting, particularly if we think about it through the context of 16 days of activism that we're currently in.
Before we get into the conversation with Onika, Chibet, I want to bring it back to you. What is the criteria in order to be recognized in the Country Hero Award?
So it's equally weighted across 4 specific criteria. 1 being impact. We're looking for a leader who's demonstrated a track record of measurable impact over the last year in advancing 1 or more of the global goals. Secondly, we're looking at vision, so compelling vision and concrete plans for how this work will be extended onto the next 1 to 3 years, because sustainability and scalability is an important aspect of what we look at. And the third one is an organization or an individual that is a catalyst, inspiring others to have an impact on achieving 1 or more of the global goals. And lastly, global citizenship. So while we are focused on a local hero, we are certainly looking for a leader that is demonstrating the values and embodies the spirit of a global citizen and a global problem solver. And that is really what we found through the WISE Collective. All 4 criteria really exceeded, really, when we looked at it with our esteemed panel of judges.
Oh, wow, it sounds so exciting right now. Onika, while we still have you on the line, I've got to ask you to tell us more about the WISE Collective, of course, and the important work being done in the space of gender-based violence.
Wow, certainly. Thank you very much for having me here this morning. So the WISE Collective really came out of an appreciation of the tremendous amount of work that other organizations in this country had done on the issues around empowerment of women. However, we felt that we needed to come into the space focusing on shifting that power in a way that gives us the impact that, an empowered group of women should be able to have. And so we focus on gender equality unapologetically from a very feminist perspective of really wanting to disrupt the status quo and begin to feel the kind of changes that we say we want when we advocate for gender equality. And gender-based violence has been one of those areas in this country that has really really held women's back for the most part. And so we wanted to focus on solutions that had been discussed a lot prior to us coming into the space, but wanted to begin to really push to see the implementation. And we do that in several ways. And one of the ways that we've really been doing it is through access to justice and actually hiring young feminist lawyers to be present to support women and joining, filing watching briefs on the many cases that we've all heard about on gender-based violence, including femicide, to really make it clear even to the states that we are here to support women. We are watching the process, and we expect that our government will give women their full constitutional access to safety, including, making sure that prosecutions are seen to their fullest, as well as beginning to really change the narrative, because we know that a big part of this gender-based violence, a lot of the work has to happen in the prevention. We care more about women before they are abused and would rather not have to deal with them after they've been abused. However, we do because that's what's happening right now. But I think that in all that we do, we keep prevention as a big part of it, that we want a safe South Africa for all who live in it, and especially women.
And I think now more than ever, this is such an important discussion to have. But ladies, thank you so much. We can go on and on about this. But again, congratulations to you, Onika, and also to you, Chebet, for this platform and giving women and also people like Onika this platform to use their voices against such important topics. But thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's a beautiful one. Now, be witness to all the remarkable people who are being awarded at the 2020 Global Citizen Prize Show. And you can catch it right here on SABC3 on Sunday, the 20th of December, and that's from 9:30 p.m. We'll see you there.